Hey, friend, I know how this feels. Waking up exhausted after multiple trips to the bathroom and feeling embarrassed by sudden leaks. I used to be constantly on edge, searching for a restroom whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Woman. I was skeptical at first, but 2 months in, everything changed. I experienced improved bladder control, no more heart-stopping moments when I laugh or sneeze, less urge to go, deeper and more restful sleep. I finally felt like myself again, confident and in control. Better Woman is natural, effective, clinically tested, and trusted by women for over 25 years. Ready to take back your control? Head over to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.
I'm Soledad O'Brien, and on my new true crime podcast, Murder on the Towpath, I'm taking you back to 1964 to the cold case of artist Mary Pinchot Meyer.
She had been shot twice in the head and in the back.
It turns out Mary was connected to a very powerful man.
I pledge you that we shall neither commit nor provoke aggression.
John F. Kennedy. Listen to Murder on the Towpath with Soledad O'Brien on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, my name is Adrienne Bain. I'm a producer at Wonder Media Network, and I'm so excited to be guest hosting this episode of Womanica. This month, we're talking about cultivators, women who nurtured, cross-pollinated, experimented, or went to great lengths to better understand and protect the natural world. Today, we're stepping into the life of Margaret Collins, the woman whose loyal lifetime of insect research earned her the title the Termite Lady. Her story begins in the quiet hills of West Virginia. Margaret was born in September 1922 in Institute, a small, all-black town that sat on the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. The college town was sculpted by the wisdom and ambition of educated Black families, like Margaret's. She was one of 5 children, and she grew up with the privilege of being surrounded by intellect and curiosity. Her father, a teacher of vocational agriculture at West Virginia State, and her mother, an avid reader, fostered a rich environment for Margaret to learn. Margaret's early years were filled with books. When she was just a toddler, she would sit on her parents' laps as they read to her, diving into the pages and following her mother's finger as she traced the words. This is how she learned to read. The family library was extensive, a treasure trove of knowledge in which little Margaret became quickly immersed. From the age of 6, she was allowed to check out as many books as she could reach from the college library as well. Among her favorite books growing up were Rolf in the Woods and Two Little Savages, both children's books built around the premise of exploring the natural world. She was inspired by the explorative narratives that filled her head, and soon enough, she was living the stories herself. Margaret's imagination developed in the woods behind her parents' home. Her unsupervised hours by the river, exploring the wild wonders and captivating critters, would shape a lifetime of discovery. She befriended the bugs, frogs, and insects that she discovered in her yard. These bouts of adventure were as playful as they were studious. Margaret was quickly developing a scientific frame of mind. She began to bring home critters from the creek. Her father, a lover of nature himself, encouraged these show and tells. He helped guide her to identify the creatures using his library books, including the Native Library and the reptile book. This was the beginning of her formal education in the study of insects, a path that would lead her to become one of the foremost experts in the field. Her brilliance continued to emerge, and Margaret excelled in school. She skipped 2 grade levels and was enrolled in high school at 11 years old. By 14 years old, she had graduated from West Virginia State College's Laboratory High School. It was clear that Margaret was learning at a pace that was far beyond her peers. She continued her studies at West Virginia State College, where she was awarded a scholarship. But her first year did not go as planned. She found the course load unstimulating, and her grades suffered because of it. She lost her scholarship as a result, which created financial pressure for Margaret. In order to earn enough money to continue her studies, she worked as a housekeeper. And while this marked a more strained moment in Margaret's journey, the creek remained an emblem of joy and curiosity for her. She would spend her downtime observing insects and taking samples of critters that she didn't recognize. She shared her findings with her professor, Toy Davis. He emerged as a mentor for her, teaching her how to use a microscope and taxonomic keys to identify new species. He helped equip Margaret with the necessary tools needed to enter the male-dominated field of biology. Her academic journey continued to unfold, and in 1949, Margaret earned her PhD in zoology from the University of Chicago. She completed her thesis on termite species, becoming one of the first African American women to receive an advanced zoology degree. She studied under the legendary termite expert, Professor Alfred E. Emerson. At the time, Emerson had the largest collection of termites in the world, and Margaret's research on the insect would soon revolutionize the global understanding of these fascinating creatures. Termites, often regarded as pests, have a far more intricate role in nature than most people realize. Margaret's research revealed their complex social structures and their remarkable ability to engineer intricate tunnels and nests. But her career stretched beyond research. She worked for some time as an assistant professor at Howard University, but the institution offered fewer opportunities for women. So in 1952, she took a position at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, where she became a professor and chair of the Department of Biology. There, she continued to mentor students, sharing her passion for entomology and inspiring the next generation of scientists. Margaret married Herbert Collins, and the pair had 2 sons. The family often took trips to the Everglades, where Margaret could collect biological samples. Margaret was also passionate about civil rights, and when the students at FAMU called for a bus boycott in 1956, Margaret volunteered to drive people to and from work. This caught the attention of law enforcement, who tailed her car. Margaret's contributions to entomology were groundbreaking. She returned to Howard University, this time as a full professor. She also went on to become the curator of the Smithsonian's termite collection at the National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., and spent decades traveling around the world to study termites, catalog species, and uncover their secrets. This cemented her reputation as one of the foremost experts in the field. She held this position at the Smithsonian until the very end of her life. In 1996, Margaret passed away from health complications while conducting field research in the Cayman Islands. Margaret Collins was a true cultivator, a woman who made transformative findings on life's tiniest creatures. From the woods and creeks of West Virginia to the halls of the University of Chicago, Margaret's story is a reminder to follow curiosity down its long and winding path. All month, we're talking about cultivators. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Thanks to co-creators Jenny and Liz Kaplan for letting me guest host. Talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, friend, I know how it feels, waking up exhausted after multiple trips to the bathroom and feeling embarrassed by sudden leaks. I used to be constantly on edge, searching for a restroom whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Woman. I was skeptical at first, but 2 months in, everything changed. I experienced improved bladder control, no more heart-stopping moments when I laugh or sneeze, less urge to go, deeper and more restful sleep. I finally felt like myself again, confident and in control. Better Woman is natural, effective, and trusted by women for over 25 years. Ready to take back your control? Head over to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.
I'm Soledad O'Brien, and on my new true crime podcast, Murder on the Towpath, I'm taking you back to 1964 to the cold case of artist Mary Pinchot Meyer.
She had been shot twice in the head and in the back.
It turns out Mary was connected to a very powerful man.
I pledge you that we shall neither commit nor provoke aggression.
John F. Kennedy. Listen to Murder on the Towpath with Soledad O'Brien on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.